What if the breakfast you thought was protecting your health is quietly working against it? What if the eggs you've trusted for years, the ones you cook every morning, are turning harmful when paired with the wrong foods? And what if these simple mistakes are draining your energy, damaging your digestion, and aging your body faster than you realize? For decades, eggs have been praised as one of the healthiest, most versatile foods around. They're packed with high-quality protein, essential vitamins, and are easy to prepare in endless ways. But here's the hidden truth most people never hear. When eggs are combined with certain foods, they can trigger harmful reactions inside your body. Instead of nourishing you, these combinations can interfere with digestion, block nutrient absorption, and even produce compounds linked to inflammation and long-term health risks. In this video, we'll uncover 5 foods you should never combine with eggs, especially if you care about maintaining your energy, protecting your digestion, and aging gracefully. Some of these combinations might already be on your breakfast plate right now. Others might be long-standing habits you've never thought twice about. But once you understand the science behind these pairings, you'll see why they're quietly sabotaging your health. We'll break down what really happens when these foods meet eggs, from chemical interactions that block protein absorption to heat reactions that can generate toxic byproducts. These aren't diet myths or passing fads. They're science-backed truths that every senior who values longevity should know. The best part? Fixing the problem is simple. You don't have to give up eggs. Just learn what not to mix them with. Small adjustments can bring big improvements to your energy, focus, and long-term vitality. So, stay with us until the end, because understanding which foods to avoid with eggs could help you feel lighter, think clearer, and live longer. Number 1. Soy milk. Soy milk is often viewed as a healthy alternative to dairy. Plant-based, low in fat, and filled with nutrients. It's a common choice among older adults looking to reduce cholesterol or inflammation. And pairing it with eggs might seem like a perfect balanced breakfast. Maybe scrambled eggs with a glass of soy milk, or a protein smoothie that includes both. But here's the surprising truth most people don't realize. Soy. Soy milk contains natural compounds called trypsin inhibitors, tiny but powerful blockers that interfere with your body's ability to fully digest and absorb the protein from eggs. This means that even if you think you're eating a protein-rich breakfast, your body may be quietly losing out on many of the benefits you expect. Take Roger, for example. He's 75 and began drinking soy milk daily after his doctor advised him to reduce animal fats. Every morning, he'd enjoy a soy smoothie right after breakfast, which almost always included eggs. At first, it seemed like a smart, healthy habit. But over time, Roger noticed something odd. He felt bloated more often, and his energy dipped sharply in the afternoons. He brushed it off as part of getting older until a nutritionist suggested one simple change: separate the soy milk from his egg-based meals. Within just a couple of weeks, his digestion improved, his bloating faded, and his energy returned. So what was happening? Eggs are rich in high-quality, complete protein, exactly what your muscles, tissues, and immune system rely on as you age. But when eaten alongside soy milk, the trypsin inhibitors in soy can interfere with the enzymes your body uses to break down and absorb that protein. Instead of smoothly converting those amino acids into fuel and repair material, your system has to work harder. This leads to slower digestion, reduced nutrient uptake, and in many cases, mild discomfort, gas, bloating, or heaviness after eating. Over time, this constant interference can have subtle effects. You may find it harder to maintain muscle, or you might feel more tired without understanding why. And here's the tricky part. Cooking soy doesn't completely remove these inhibitors, especially in commercial soy milk products that aren't fermented. That means even if you're not combining them in the same dish, having a soy latte with an egg sandwich can cause the same internal clash. Most people never make the connection. They assume their metabolism is slowing down, or their stomach just isn't as strong as it used to be. But often, it's this simple food pairing that's to blame. The fix, however, couldn't be easier. You don't have to give up soy milk or eggs at all. You just need to give them space. If you love soy in your coffee or smoothie, Enjoy it a few hours after your egg breakfast. Or if you prefer soy milk in the morning, have your eggs later in the day. This small change allows your body to digest and absorb each food properly, maximizing their benefits without conflict. It's not about restriction, it's about timing, awareness, and treating your body with the respect it deserves. Your system can process each food far more efficiently when given a little space between them, allowing you to absorb every nutrient fully without the hidden drawbacks. It's a simple shift, but one that can create lasting benefits, especially as protein absorption becomes even more essential with age. Protein supports everything from muscle strength to immune defense, and when you help your body digest it properly, you're giving yourself the foundation for energy, stability, and resilience. When meals are timed with intention, your digestion smooths out, your energy feels more consistent, and your overall sense of vitality improves. The better your body functions, the more confident, steady, and capable you feel in your daily life. Now, let's talk about another surprising food pairing that can quietly undermine your health: sugar and desserts made with eggs. When most people think of eggs and sugar together, comforting images often come to mind. Warm custards, creamy puddings, golden cakes, or that irresistible slice of French toast. These dishes are tied to nostalgia, family traditions, and special weekends. But few realize that when eggs are mixed with large amounts of sugar and then left unrefrigerated or stored improperly, they can quickly turn into a breeding ground for bacteria and harmful chemical changes. What looks like a harmless sweet treat can, under the wrong conditions, become risky for your digestion and overall well-being. Here's why. When sugar and egg proteins combine under heat, they create a perfect environment for microbial growth, especially if the food cools slowly or sits out for hours at room temperature. Joan, a 71-year-old grandmother, learned this lesson the hard way. She loved baking her famous bread pudding for her grandchildren, rich with eggs, sugar, and milk, and would often leave it on the counter to cool before serving. Everyone enjoyed it, but every so often, one of the kids, or even Joan herself, would feel uneasy afterward. For a long time, she couldn't pinpoint the cause. Then, her daughter mentioned how egg sugar mixtures can harbor bacteria if left unrefrigerated too long. Joan decided to change her routine. She started chilling her puddings promptly after baking. Since then, no one has had any stomach trouble. The problem lies in how sugar reacts with egg proteins under heat. This process, known as the Maillard reaction, is what gives baked goods their delicious golden color and aroma. However, it also creates conditions that make it easier for bacteria to grow if the food cools too slowly or isn't refrigerated right away. Desserts like custards, flans, and cream-based pastries are especially vulnerable. And the older we get, the more careful we need to be, because our immune systems aren't as strong as they once were. That doesn't mean you have to give up your favorite desserts. Not at all. It simply means treating them with care. Cool them quickly, store them in the refrigerator, and enjoy them fresh instead of letting them sit out for hours. With just a little extra attention, you can keep the joy of your favorite sweet recipes without the hidden risks that come from improper storage or timing. If you're using fresh eggs or cooking in large batches that stay warm for extended periods, there's more at stake than just the risk of mild food poisoning. When sugar and heated proteins combine for too long, they form compounds known as advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These substances might sound technical, but their effects are very real. They've been linked to chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and even premature cellular aging. Over time, these compounds accumulate quietly in your body, affecting how efficiently you process energy, maintain healthy tissues, and regulate blood sugar levels. It's not something you feel immediately, but the long-term impact can subtly erode your health and vitality if ignored. That doesn't mean you need to give up desserts or swear off your favorite baked goods. It simply means becoming more intentional about how you prepare and store them. When making sweet dishes that include eggs, cool them promptly and store them in the refrigerator. Avoid leaving egg-based desserts out at room temperature for hours, especially during gatherings or warm weather. And if you reheat them later, ensure that they're heated thoroughly all the way through, not just warm on the surface. These simple habits go a long way in preserving both the flavor and safety of what you eat. Being mindful of how sugar and eggs interact isn't about fear, it's about respect. Respect for your health, your body, and the food you lovingly prepare. A few small precautions can transform a potential health risk into a source of comfort and pleasure you can enjoy without worry. When you take the time to care for what you eat, your body thanks you in return, with better energy, smoother digestion, and a deeper sense of well-being. Now, let's move on to something that might surprise many tea lovers: the combination of eggs and black tea. For countless people, a warm cup of tea is a cherished part of breakfast, offering comfort and routine. There's nothing wrong with that in itself, but when that tea is black and paired too closely with eggs, an unexpected reaction takes place inside your body. Black tea contains a natural compound called tannin, the same substance that gives it its slightly bitter taste and dark, rich color. While tannins aren't harmful in small amounts, they can cause trouble when combined with certain nutrients, particularly iron. When you drink black tea right alongside an egg-based meal, the tannins bind to the iron in the eggs, forming a compound your body can't easily absorb or digest. This interaction might seem minor at first, but it can gradually reduce how much iron your body actually benefits from, especially if this pairing becomes a daily habit. Quietly robs your body of valuable nutrients and can gradually slow down digestion, especially when it becomes part of your daily routine. Barbara, 69, had followed the same morning ritual for years: a couple of boiled eggs and a steaming mug of strong black tea. It was comforting, familiar, almost meditative, but over time, she began noticing something unsettling. She felt more fatigued during the day, even though her meals and lifestyle hadn't changed. When a friend casually mentioned that certain food combinations could block nutrient absorption, she decided to take a closer look. After learning about how black tea affects iron levels, she made one simple adjustment: drinking her tea an hour after breakfast instead of with it. Within a few weeks, she noticed a marked difference in her energy levels. It was a small change, but one that made a lasting impact. Eggs, especially their yolks, are a natural source of iron, an essential mineral that supports oxygen transport throughout the body, sharpens brain function, and keeps energy steady. But when you drink black tea alongside them, the tannins in the tea bind to that iron before your body has a chance to absorb it. As a result, much of the iron passes through your system unused. Over time, this can lead to subtle but real effects: fatigue, pale skin, brittle nails, and even mild anemia, particularly in older adults whose iron reserves are already more delicate. And it's not just iron that's affected. Those same tannins can interfere with the digestion of proteins and enzymes, leaving you feeling bloated, heavy, or oddly uncomfortable after what seems like a light, healthy breakfast. It's not necessarily the eggs or the tea to blame. It's the timing and the combination. Fortunately, the fix is incredibly simple. If you love having eggs in the morning, wait 30 to 60 minutes before drinking your black tea. Or if you can't start your day without tea, enjoy your cup first and then have your eggs a little later. This small buffer gives your body the time it needs to absorb nutrients efficiently, ensuring you get all the benefits without any interference. There's something empowering about realizing how even small, mindful shifts, like when you drink your tea, can dramatically improve how you feel. These aren't drastic changes. They're thoughtful choices that align with your body's natural rhythm. And the more you tune in to what your body is telling you, the better it rewards you, with steadier energy, sharper focus, and a deeper sense of well-being that lasts all day. That kind of mindful care woven into your daily habits pays off in ways you can feel: more energy, better digestion, and a sense of clarity that carries you through the day. Because aging well isn't just about what you eat, it's also about how you combine and time the foods that nourish your body. Now, let's talk about a breakfast duo that many people love but rarely question: processed meats like bacon and sausage paired with eggs. It's a timeless combination, found on countless breakfast tables. The sizzle of bacon, the rich smell of sausage, the golden eggs beside them. Just the thought can bring back comforting memories of lazy weekends or cozy diner mornings. But beneath that nostalgia lies a hidden problem that few people truly understand. When eggs are cooked together with nitrate-rich processed meats, they can create harmful compounds known as nitrosamines. These compounds form when the nitrates and nitrites used to preserve meats react with the amino acids found in eggs, especially under high heat, like in a frying pan. Over time, nitrosamines have been studied for their potential link to increased cancer risk, particularly in the digestive tract. Frank, 77, was someone who believed a hearty breakfast was the best way to start the day. For decades, he'd fry eggs alongside bacon or sausage, proud of his protein-packed meal. But during a routine checkup, his doctor noted elevated inflammation levels and suggested he take a closer look at his diet. Curious, Frank began reading about food chemistry and discovered something surprising. It wasn't just the eggs or the bacon alone that posed a problem. It was the interaction between the two during cooking. Determined to make a change, he switched to nitrate-free turkey sausage and began baking his eggs instead of frying them. Within a few weeks, Frank noticed a difference. His energy improved, his digestion felt lighter, and his follow-up lab results even showed signs of reduced inflammation. It was a simple but powerful shift, proof that sometimes the way we cook matters just as much as what we cook. Nitrates and nitrites are added to processed meats to preserve color and flavor. On their own, in moderation, they're not necessarily harmful, but when they meet the heat of the pan alongside eggs, that's when the reaction begins. Those nitrosamines that form are chemical byproducts your body struggles to break down. And while one breakfast won't cause harm, making it a daily habit can take a quiet toll over time, particularly for older adults, whose digestion naturally slows with age. Understanding this doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. It means learning how to prepare them wisely. By cooking mindfully, lowering heat, choosing nitrate-free options, or simply spacing out certain foods, you can still enjoy your favorite meals while protecting your long-term health. Because sometimes, the smallest tweaks in the kitchen can lead to the biggest benefits for your well-being. Of processed meat consumption, the danger builds quietly over time. The issue isn't really about the eggs or the meat by themselves, it's about the way they're prepared and paired. When both are fried, grilled, or seared together at high temperatures, the chemical reaction that produces harmful compounds becomes far more likely. And while one hearty diner breakfast won't cause immediate harm, making that combination a daily habit can slowly lead to health challenges that may not appear until years later. What makes things worse is that many people cook their eggs and bacon in the same pan, using the same oil, or even scraping up those browned bits at the bottom for extra flavor. Unfortunately, those crispy, flavorful remnants often contain concentrated amounts of the very compounds that pose the greatest risk. But here's the encouraging part. You don't have to give up your favorite breakfast traditions. You just need to make a few smarter swaps. Choose nitrate-free meats, cook at lower temperatures, or bake your eggs instead of frying them. Even better, pair your eggs with fiber-rich vegetables or whole grains, which can help your body process and neutralize any potential byproducts more effectively. These small mindful adjustments may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they add up to a quiet yet powerful form of self-protection, preserving your energy, improving digestion, and supporting your long-term well-being. Most importantly, they remind you that you're still in control. Aging doesn't mean letting go of the foods you love. It means learning how to enjoy them in ways that work for your health, not against it. Every smart choice you make is a small act of care for your future self, a step toward feeling stronger, lighter, and more at ease in your body and your life. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss upcoming videos. Your support truly helps us continue creating content that informs, inspires, and empowers you. Now, let's move forward. Number 5. Salty processed cheese. There's something undeniably comforting about eggs and cheese together, whether it's a fluffy omelet dripping with melted cheddar or a warm breakfast sandwich stacked with a slice of American cheese. It's a pairing that has become a classic in homes and cafes everywhere. But when that cheese comes from highly processed, salty varieties, there's a hidden downside many people don't realize: mozzarella, ricotta, or feta instead of heavily processed slices. These fresher cheeses still bring a creamy, rich flavor, but with far less sodium and fewer additives. You can also season your eggs with herbs like basil, parsley, or dill to boost flavor without adding extra salt. A sprinkle of black pepper, paprika, or turmeric can also give your breakfast a flavorful twist that supports your health rather than undermines it. Gloria, at 76, is a perfect example. She had eaten the same breakfast for years: 2 scrambled eggs with a slice of processed cheese melted on top. It was her comfort meal, quick and familiar. But when her doctor mentioned her rising blood pressure, she was surprised. After all, she never added table salt. It wasn't until she began reading labels closely that she discovered how much sodium was hiding in those cheese slices. Combined with her morning eggs, she was consuming more than half her daily sodium allowance before lunchtime. Once she switched to a small crumble of low-sodium feta and added herbs for taste, her numbers improved noticeably. She even felt lighter and less bloated throughout the day. The issue isn't just about salt, it's about awareness. Eggs on their own are naturally low in sodium and incredibly nutritious, but when you pair them with processed cheese, you unknowingly flood your system with preservatives, emulsifiers, and sodium that put quiet pressure on your heart, kidneys, and blood vessels. For older adults, that strain can accumulate silently, making it harder to maintain stable blood pressure or energy levels. And it's not only what's on the plate, it's the pattern. Because cheese and eggs feel like a light breakfast, people often add toast with butter, ham, or even salted spreads, not realizing how quickly the sodium stacks up. The long-term effect can quietly lead to higher blood pressure, fluid retention, and greater strain on the cardiovascular system, issues that take years to show but can deeply affect quality of life. Another hidden problem is how high sodium foods gradually dull your taste buds. Over time, your palate becomes less sensitive, and you start craving stronger salty flavors just to feel satisfied. That's why cutting back, even slightly, can help retrain your taste and restore your natural sense of flavor. So, what's the better path? Keep the comfort, lose the excess, swap processed cheese for small amounts of natural varieties, or mix in fresh veggies like spinach, tomato, or avocado to add creaminess and texture without the sodium overload. You'll still get the flavor you love, just in a way that protects your heart and supports longevity. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 5 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful, research-based content to inform and inspire you. Important thing is awareness, because awareness is what gives you control, the power to make choices that truly serve your health, not just your habits. Once you understand how these common food pairings work inside your body, it becomes easier to make subtle yet powerful adjustments that help you feel more energetic, balanced, and strong every single day. Think about it. How many of these combinations have quietly become part of your routine simply because they felt convenient or comforting? A cup of black tea with your morning eggs, a little sugar baked into your favorite pudding, or a slice of processed cheese melting on top of your omelet. None of them seem harmful in isolation, but over time, the small interactions between these foods can influence digestion, nutrient absorption, and even inflammation. The change starts not with cutting things out completely, but with understanding what works best for your body now. At this stage of life, it's not about following strict diets or giving up the meals you love. It's about honoring your body's wisdom and the years it has carried you. Choosing combinations that fuel your strength rather than drain it is one of the simplest ways to protect your vitality. Even small changes, spacing out soy milk from eggs, cooling desserts properly, switching from black tea to herbal, or trading processed meats for fresh vegetables, can make a noticeable difference in how you feel. Food should bring comfort and nourishment, not quiet harm. And the beauty of growing older is that you've earned the clarity to see beyond old habits and create new ones that match your current needs. Every mindful choice is a gift to your future self, a step toward better energy, smoother digestion, and a stronger heart. So as you plan your next meal, remember this: it's not about restriction, it's about intention. When you eat with awareness, your body rewards you with balance and vitality that lasts well beyond the table. The most important thing to remember is this: knowledge gives you power. Now that you understand more about how different foods interact, you hold the power to make smarter choices, to eat with confidence, and to enjoy your meals without wondering whether they're quietly doing harm. This isn't about giving up everything you love. It's about learning, adjusting, and staying curious about what truly nourishes you. Aging doesn't mean surrendering your favorite foods. It means becoming wiser about them, recognizing how your body responds today, not how it did years ago. Small, mindful changes can protect your health in ways that add up over time. Maybe it's as simple as waiting a bit before drinking your tea, choosing real cheese instead of processed, or baking instead of frying. Each of these decisions may seem small, but together they build a foundation for a stronger, more vibrant you. You've spent a lifetime gathering wisdom through experience, and now it's time to bring that same awareness to your plate, one meal, one mindful bite at a time. Remember, food is not just about nourishment, it's about connection, comfort, and joy. When you eat with awareness, every meal becomes an act of care toward your future self. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments what new insight you learned and how you plan to use it in your daily life. Your thoughts truly inspire and motivate me to keep creating meaningful content for you. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support means so much and helps me continue bringing you more health-based insights to empower your life. Wishing you good health, happiness, and peace, and remember to subscribe to my channel for more inspiring videos to help you live well every day.